Hello everybody and welcome to a new Let's Look At. My name is Ben the Human and this is City of Atlantis. It is a city builder where, as the name implies, you rebuild the lost city of Atlantis. If any of you are like 90s kids like me and saw the Disney movie The Lost City of Atlantis, starring Michael J. Fox, I think, I've always loved the tale of Atlantis, and that like planted the seed in me as a kid that it was this like cool mystical thing. So seeing somebody make a game, and it is developed by Anominate Games, and there's a demo that went live today. So if you're like, this is awesome, this is exactly what I want to see, go check out the demo yourself, watch the video, but we're gonna dive right in here. We get to choose a leader. We have Damon, who's an economic leader, and he starts with money. I honestly don't know what to do because I've never played before, so we're just gonna kind of guess. Orion is a scientific boy. He gets even more money and salt. And he's a technocrat. Dude, he's me. He's old me. And then Eurydice is diplomatic. Visionary leader guided by the stars. She gets even more money. Fanatic zealot, absolutely driven by faith, inspiring devotion while pushing the city toward uncompromising choices. That's very interesting. So what does the technocrat do? Trust systems, data, and expertise, improving efficiency through planned and rational governance. That does very much vibe like me. And then what's your deal? Pragmatic. Practical solutions over ideals. I think we're gonna go with the science boy. A former junior administrator in the Royal Technology Department, tasked with cataloging mechanisms, canal systems, and construction reports, they believed every crisis can be solved with enough measurements, planning, and properly maintained machinery. That sounds like me for sure. We cannot change our settings in the map. We start in the Mediterranean Sea. Wasn't the original, like, Legend of Atlantis, they thought there was like a city off the coast of Portugal or something like that? I'm failing on remembering the details, but I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. We'll leave everything as it is. Let's just get going here. I don't like to mess around with the settings until I've played and understand what's even going on.
That pride is the gravest sin, but they did not listen. Atlantis, the pearl of the seas. For centuries, man and God built a wonder of power and wisdom. Our knowledge grew, our city prospered, our fleets ruled the seas. But the temples stood empty.
Uh-oh.
Gods answered with wrath.
This guy's just like, well, I'm gonna die.
The fall of Atlantis, we endured among the ruins of our city. We remembered. Yet one place still remained.
Maybe I shouldn't have picked the guy that's only about science, since it's apparently the gods were the ones that struck us down, huh?
And the last of us still stand.
I should have taken this lady who was like, we must believe in the gods, otherwise we're screwed.
Its people, its legacy is in your hands.
Well, we'll try our best. I'm very excited about this. Press any key to continue. Atlantis rose to rival the gods through technology. Zeus answered with wrath, destroying the city and sparing only a few to obey divine law. What if we get even more powerful and we kill Zeus? I've just turned this into a God of War game. They are displeased with me. Okay, are you going to tell me how to do this? Ah, thank you, Vestal. You survived. The rest of the administration is dead, and all of the priests, I'm the only one, and of all the priests, I'm the only one left. We must gather the survivors and save whoever we still can. If we restore the lighthouse, its beacon will guide survivors back to Atlantis. Many citizens were away on distant trade missions. They may yet return if they see the light. Okay. We must repair it. Whoop. I'm Jason from the lower docks. Some boats still float. We can use them to scavenge the ruins. All right, let's pause the time. Gather the resources needed to repair the lighthouse. Dude, the soundtrack is great. I'm gonna turn down the volume a little bit. Let's go down to 50. 45. That feels better. And I always feel like sometimes when I leave the volume high, I'm like shouting over the game. Whether or not that's just because I have my headphones too high or whatever, you know, that remains to be seen. Sea stone. Assign a ship. And then we need exotic lumber. You're also sea stone. Where would we get lumber from? From a small storehouse? Aha! There we go. Maybe we should go like inside to outside? Or maybe we need food? Do we have food? 100%. The food supply is stable. Okay, so maybe we don't need food. Aegean Dawn. Oh, they all have names. Triremeoff Atlantis. Delphic Seafarer and Helios Runner. That's a fun name. Lost artifact. Ooh, go find me an artifact. That sounds awesome. And then sulfur, sure. Well, let's spread our ships around and gather as many resources as we can. Use WASD to move the camera. We've done that. Can we speed up time? Yes. Let's go 2 times speed. Anytime I play a strategy game on YouTube, I'm like generally running at 2 times speed. And then slowing down if anything like major happens. Oh damn, you already got all the sulfur, huh? Or maybe some of the sulfur? How many ships do I have? All right, gathering the sea stone. We've got all the lumber already, so that was pretty quick. Actually, you guys work really fast. Maybe speed 1 is okay then. Go grab the sulfur as well. You guys still working on the sea stone? You are. Okay, the difference between speed 2 and speed 1 is actually massive. Like speed 2 seems a little quick, but speed 1 is like very slow. Maybe I just need to get used to speed 2. Assign the ship. Oh, we don't have any more available ships. Does it say anywhere? Oh, perfect. Up here is where it would tell us if the ships are busy or not. Working on building our lighthouse. Zoop. Wonderful. The lighthouse is rebuilt and some fuel has been prepared. Do the honor, ignite the beacon and let Atlantis shine again. How do I light the beacon? Activate the beacon. On. Oh! Brrr. That's a foghorn. I don't know why. Light doesn't make any sound. Alright, assign ships over here. The lighthouse is lit. Now scavenge the ruins for more fuel and keep the beacon burning. What do you use as fuel? You use sulfur, okay. Well, we did gather some sulfur. Aha! Yes, sulfur in this house. Atlantis has shown humility and the gods seem less hostile. Priests report gentler signs and fewer fearful worshippers. Favor is slowly returning. So we do have to, like, pay fealty to the gods. Alright. My scientific mind could not grasp that there possibly were angry deities about. Scavenge the ruins marked and recover any sulfur hidden among the remaining city. Okay, where are the marked ruins? Are they, like, far out? Are they the glowing ones, or are those just the ones I've selected? I think that might be a visual bug. The warmth of the lighthouse still lingers, but not for long. If the light goes out, hope will fade. Trade will cease and no more survivors will return and the city will be plunged back into darkness. We must restore the production of the resources needed to keep the beacon burning. For now, save as much sulfur as you can. It is required to hide us from the god's wrath. Use the beacon only when other solutions are lost. I remember the senators laughing when the high priest warned them that pride is the gravest sin against the gods. Yet with every new machine, every cure, and every engine, Atlantis reached further for the powers meant only for the divine. They call it progress, but to the gods it was pride. Our efforts should focus on the shipyard. A larger fleet will let us rebuild faster and reach farther, but ships alone will not save Atlantis. If our people fall to hunger, cold, or disease, there will be no city left to restore. Okay. Gather the materials required to build a shipyard. Scavenge the marked ruins. North, southern, and eastern. Is it these? No, you don't have any sulfur in them. Where do you mean marked? It is an early demo, so it very well could be missing some things. I guess at this point, maybe we should just be assigning ships literally to anything that has sulfur involved. So recall the ships. How much sulfur we got left? We got 85. Okay, so we'll keep on keeping on. We should search the ruins for materials and lost knowledge. A shipyard needs resources and lost blueprints. Learn how to use timber for stronger city construction and research timbercraft. All right, we have a lot of things to do, you guys. You can't tell me to do everything. All right, one ship there. One ship there. There's a little sulfur there, but it's mostly sea stone. Just looking for anything that's mostly sulfur. I already assigned to you. Okay, you guys. Good. People are happy. Is there an easier way to locate all of the sulfur? There's like little bits of sulfur with the other materials in there, and it's like, is it worth going after just to get the little bit of sulfur? Probably. And like, I want to gather it all eventually anyway, but I just want to prioritize the sulfur that is easiest to get. All right, I think I've looked at everything at least twice now, so let's go here. That one's mostly, we've mostly drained the sea stone from that one anyway. That one's got 1,000 sea stone in it, which is a lot. Okay. Back to work, y'all. Once I learn how to make sulfur, then things will be much better. Now we also want about 400 more sea lumber. Sorry. It's like exotic timber or whatever they called it. There's 50 there, so let's assign that. You have 50 there. Do I have to, like, gather all the resources to get the timber necessary for a shipyard? Yeah, do you have 50? They've, like, parceled out the lumber in very small batches, so I can't get, like, a whole bunch of it all at the same time. Make sure you're getting 50 lumber at any given time. Here, go there. Sulfur's running low again. Can I turn you off? The happiness goes down when the beacon is off. It's good to know. Scavenge the marked ruins. Are they like far out? It's gotta be these ones, right? Like that they're glowing. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Happiness is going down. People are still happy. Ah, there we go. Deep within the ruins of Atlantis, our scavengers uncovered more usable resources. We should continue scavenging. These expeditions bring food for our people, items, and sulfur to keep the lighthouse burning. And we got plates. What were we eating off of before? Ah, yep. Okay, if you were curious about what these ones are, they are indeed the glowing ones, so good job. The lighthouse calls survivors home, but Atlantis has no room for them. People sleep in the ruins exposed to hunger and cold. Will we delay housing or rebuild homes now? Temporary shelter first. Makes people slightly unhappy. Homes must wait. Begin rebuilding homes now to protect survivors from cold and exhaustion. I think we do temporary shelter first. Our people need shelter. Without it, disease and unrest will follow. We cannot do everything at once. Every priority chosen means another need must wait. Okay, so we've got residential. Oikos provides housing for your population. Oh, cool. It's just like Frostpunk. I love Frostpunk, especially the original is great. The second one is good, but a little more complex, and not necessarily in a good way. But you know, it's hard to follow up such a good game with something like completely novel. So kudos for them for trying something different, and it was still a pretty good game. Deep within the ruins of Atlantis, beneath the dust and broken stone, we must uncover sulfur, once common, now rare, once overlooked, now essential. This is the final piece needed to reignite the lighthouse. Without it, the tower remains silent. With it, the light may return. Okay, one more ruin to explore. While searching the remains for of our once great city, we came across a small group of survivors. At first, it feels like a blessing. On closer inspection, it appears it is clear they are sick. Weak, barely standing, they look to us with hope, asking for shelter and care. Bringing them in could save their lives, but it could also spread illness among the rest of the city. Oh my lord! Throw them into the sea as a sacrifice. I think... Increase hubris level. Caring for the sick slows the work, but it does add population. I think we take them in. If we throw them out, we're no better than the bad people, you know? You got to try to be the best you can. But also, you might say, put on your own oxygen mask first. We now have everything needed to ignite the lighthouse. Do it. Select the capital and pull the lever. Let the light return to Atlantis. I also managed to recover additional sulfur from the chambers of the capital. This should allow the flame to burn longer and keep the beacon alive for a greater time. Well, thank you for that. We fire up the lighthouse again. And then... let's assign the ship here. We're still looking for enough lumber to build the dock. But we build our 2 oikos for now. Get those going. You're just sea stone. We need to harvest anything that has lumber involved. You have a little bit of sulfur. But lumber is the current priority. There's some more lumber. It'd be nice if you could tell them to harvest the lumber first and not the stone. Ah, the boats are needed to build the house. I guess that makes sense. You can't just swim out into the ocean and build a house out of nothing. There we go. First house built. How's food stable? Still stable, that's good. 47 per hour. Until we start harvesting sulfur from somewhere else, I feel like we're gonna constantly be turning the beacon on and off. There we go. Good job, team. Shelter is not enough. Without food, our people will soon starve. It is not enough to guess how much food we need. Open the resource panel. There you can review our current stockpiles, production rates, and daily consumption. Only by understanding these numbers can we determine how much food we must secure and what resource we truly have at our disposal. So, resource panel. Technology. What the heck? Here? What the heck is the resource panel? Recreation. Gather enough fish to feed the citizens moving into the new biomes. You've told me the resource panel, but I don't honestly see it anywhere. I'm gonna assign a ship regardless. Can we research timbercraft? Timber for a stronger city. Research timbercraft engineering technology. Fabric. Aha! Currently researching. Good. I'd love to build the shipyard. We ain't got no production buildings, y'all. Oh, three ships are available. Assign. 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 That way we get 150 more lumber, which means we still need 200 more, which is a lot to get that shipyard. How you doing on these fish? 194. You left 6 fish behind. What were you thinking? Treasury is looking fine. Is goods resources? Is that what we meant? I think that's what they meant. This food will ease the worst of their fear for now, but one delivery will not save Atlantis. If we want our people to survive, we must build a steady supply before hunger returns. So we're consuming 5. We're producing 272. All right, we're way over what we need. The thing that we need is sulfur. But I don't know how you produce that. Because we're consuming 51 and we only have 100 and some left, so we have 2 hours worth of sulfur. I'm gonna shut that off for now. Establish a steady source of timber. Construct a tree farm. Tree farm, lumber mill, warehouse. Basic storage limits by 1,000. Okay, we can build a tree farm. This will be housing side. This is production side. That's my basic organizational skills. Is right hand is housing, left hand is production. Produces cut logs out of wood. Well, it'd be nice to have something that produces timber for us. Exotic lumber. Do I want 2 of you? Producing 50 per hour is pretty good. We have the housing capacity for 90 people. And we currently have 64. 66 people are unemployed, so I honestly think we could go for a second tree farm. We have tons of sea stone, so no concerns there. And this will help us with our timber problem. $49 per hour. There we go. So we're getting 100, about 100 per hour. We get 1,200 per day. So we'll have more than enough lumber fairly soon. Do we want a warehouse now? Because how much can we store of sea stone? 50,000. Okay, maybe we don't need it right now. What can we store for lumber though? Lumber. You at the bottom? We can oh, you're not exotic lumber. Can you be built with any kind of lumber? Oh, it's gotta be, okay. We gotta build the cut thing. And by the cut thing, I mean the lumber mill. Exotic. Oh, okay. So I've been gathering exotic lumber, and we've never had timber. So good news is we'll be able to turn the lumber into timber. We have 80 out of 90 people. We're still gaining people even though the beacon is off. What does the beacon do? Greatly increases your population. Okay, so it's happening on its own anyway. So maybe you only turn on the beacon when you like really want to grow the city. The capital stores are already near their limit. We lack the space and storage capacity needed to support the construction of the shipyard. Before we can begin, we must expand further. So build a warehouse. Sure enough. Can do. What are you producing per hour? You're producing 50 timber per hour. You consume 100 lumber per hour. Good news is we're basically producing that per. You two produce enough to feed the lumber mill. So we're at a net equal just by accident. Still working on that guy. We are constructing the warehouse now. Is there anything else I could be doing? You're asleep. You should not be asleep. You should be doing stuff. Clear out this guy. Oh. I thought I had two. What do you mean you're asleep? Are you asleep because you're waiting to work on this building? Why do you need 4 ships to construct? I'm a little confused how the ships are working here. Assign ships. You might need 4 ships. Yeah, recall that ship and let him go work here. Pause and unpause. I think maybe something got stuck there. Why are you demolishing my house? Did I accidentally do that? Oops. Did I click on demolish accidentally? Oh, you know what? I bet I did. My bad. That's what happens when you just click around randomly. Good news is we're building the warehouse now. And then once they're done with that, they'll rebuild this house that I accidentally blew up. Sorry, y'all, whoever lived there. And then we'll build a second house or a third house to make up for it. Because we're already at our population capacity. Build, build, build. Hooray! Our production chain is now fully operational. We can produce the materials needed to grow Atlantis, but do not forget the people. Buildings without workers produce nothing. Important to know. We still have 38 unemployed people, so we're not hurting for more people right now. We're working on the timber. We need 119 more timber. I think that'll happen 4 hours from now. How fast does time pass in this game? We on day 6? Nope, that's our hubris. Is there a calendar? Not that I can see readily. Permanent hubris is 0. Volatile hubris is 6. What is volatile hubris? The current hubris rate is -23 per day, so The volatile hubris is going up. What is volatile hubris? they haven't taught me about this. Is it because people are moody or something? All right, we built all of our buildings. You're stuck somehow. Somehow I destroyed you. Delete the building. Oh, I accidentally clicked the Helios runner. Yeah, we'll have to delete you and rebuild you somehow. We'll build one there, and then when they finish tearing down that other building, we'll rebuild it. Oh, the shipyard goes right onto the city. Okay, cool. Yeah, build this house back up. Tear this guy down. Progress is 100%, but only one stage 1 out of 2, so. What are you all working on? I feel like something has gone wrong with this building over here that I accidentally demolished. And it's, like my boats are getting stuck on it somehow. So maybe we just don't deal with that guy and leave it alone. And then let them build like our shipyard and our other building here. Yeah, there we go. Stage 2 is being done. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this guy. Repair progress. I would love to repair the building, but it's apparently broken. Yeah, build up that dude. Gods grow distant and the city feels it. Wait, do you feel that? The air is charged. I know the presence. He is coming. Zeus again? Oh shit, he's displeased. He's irritated. Atlantis expands fast, but the people are growing bitter. Ships not bread, the docks rumble, and talk of mutiny. Address the people's needs first. That will reduce hubris, make people happier, and then I will remove some food supplies. That's okay, we have a lot of food. Atlantis has shown humility and the gods seem less hostile. We may not be able to meet every need right now, but if we ignore the people for too long, discontent will grow into something worse. Unrest has a way of turning into rebellion when left unchecked. Okay. Construct coast striders. What is a coast strider? Is that the bireme? I assume so. Learn how to process grain into food for the city. Research grain processing. And then construct 2 grain farms. Okay, well, you guys get back to work. I don't know how to fix this building. It is busted permanently. I accidentally deleted this building as well. It's like they were like, nobody's ever deleted anything in this demo. Why would you do that? Oh, wait. In a dream, Zeus speaks with cold certainty. Atlantis fell to pride. Humans reached for godly power through technology. A few were spared only to spread this warning. Now he sees the city rising again and demands submission. Abandon invention, stop chasing advancement, and return to prayer, offerings, and sacrifice. Power without divine virtue is poison, he says. Humans were never meant to wield it. Obey and the gods may help. Defy them and they'll punish you again. Hubris level is up by 10 and permanent hubris by 2. Deity favor goes down. I will stay silent. And I dreamed of Zeus last night. He said Atlantis fell to pride. Humans reaching for godly power through what we called technology. A few were spared for one purpose only, to carry the warning to the living. Atlantis is always a trade city built on the sea. Unable to grow enough food on its own, it flourished by importing raw materials, refining them into goods of value, and then selling them. Restoring the trade routes by developing seafaring vessel technology, and once the ships are built, send them to their journeys. Ah, so maybe we have to learn how to build. Efficient transfer of resources and people from the platform sections. Okay. Ah, I understand. So we will build ourselves these bridges to connect to the main city. Now, the frustrating thing is, it doesn't appear that the delete function is working as intended, because our ships are then stuck attempting to deconstruct the building, but then they never actually finish deconstructing it. So don't touch the deconstruction button currently. If the treasury runs dry, Atlantis' rebirth will falter. Tax if you must, but tread carefully. They survived the flood. They won't forgive much. Okay. So we must be careful with taxation, as is the case in all cities. Now, we would like to build a bridge to the construction district as well. What do we got? We've got warehouse, mill, bakery. We would like to build 2 grain farms. 1, 2. And then do I have to research celestial navigation? Yes, I do. Okay. People are displeased because of hubris. Does volatile hubris go away after a time? Volatile sources. Buildings, recent changes. Got it. Hubris is beginning to draw consequences. Okay. They never really told me what volatile hubris was. I assume it goes away eventually, but because we built a lot, that is like temporary hubris that has popped up. Just my hunch. All right, we've got bridges. That's good. You don't have to build a bridge once it's connected with the arc. So if we have buildings built and connected to the main city, things are looking good. That's good to know that you want to focus on the hub and not build it. I just happened to build in between the spokes, but we weren't too far off that I could actually make it work. Mood is trending negative, which is not great. Volatile hubris keeps going up, but I think that's because I keep building. Raise the taxes to high. Can I do that from the treasury? Ignoring your god is foolish choice you could make. Do you ever learn? Was the last incident that struck Atlantis not enough? Silence is not independence, it is arrogant disguised as courage. You chose to say nothing, believing that your distance would protect you. That is not how this works. Let the blessings be a reminder that your god is, of who your god is, child. We shall see if your people stand just as boldly in opposition to us. We have divine favor, we got happiness, and worker efficiency down. Okay. To reclaim Atlantis' glory, we must restore trade with other civilizations. It will bring food and goods to our people and wealth for offerings to the gods, and if we choose intellect over faith, it will also fund the technology to withstand Zeus's fury. Well, let's try it. Are we up to high? How can you tell? Is that high? Very high. So let's just go high. And then construct the flagship. We need specialized tools. Where does one get those? And then we will research fabric weaving as well. While we wait for the mill to be completed, remember this: buildings do not produce resources on their own. Each one must be staffed by specialized citizens of our city. If you construct too many buildings at once, you may find that there are not enough workers to operate them. Keep this in mind: the more buildings you construct, the more workers you need, and the workers will expect their needs to be met. To understand what our citizens require, review the city satisfaction panel. In the early stage of Atlantis' recovery, attracting higher social classes may not be possible. Okay. So you need food, you need clothes, you need pottery. They're a little unhappy because they're not super satisfied, but we are taxing them. They're happy with diet and housing, that's good. Low taxes on lower class. The uneasy omens and divine unease is just making everybody unhappy. Okay. Construct a mill next. Grain farm, tree farm, mill. We already have a warehouse. I'm assuming eventually we'll need a bakery as well, but let's start with the mill here. Our money is going up and down constantly. Our income is higher than our expenses, though. Just seems weird, like, when the income goes up versus when it goes down. Ah, they are dragging it to the construction progress, though, so I guess that kind of makes sense that it dropped dramatically. Alright, and then construct a bakery, just like I thought we would have to. Small omens begin to trouble Atlantis. Yeah, I know. I know they're unhappy with me. Here, assign a ship there. Like to get the closer resource things knocked out so they're not impacting my construction as much. A textile mill, holy cow. Where's the baker? Cotton farm. Holy cow, there's way too many buildings all of a sudden. There's the bakery. There. Bakery next to the mill. So we've got our grain production, we've got our wood production, warehouse. And then next I assume we'll be making cotton farms, textile mill, and then the tailor's workshop is my hunch. But that we'll let the game guide us. How we doing? Still 38 unemployed people. Zeus storms into your dreams again. You plan to sail without my favor, and have you forgotten Poseidon? Without the gods' winds and the sea god's mercy, waves will swallow your ships whole. Dude, why are you so mad? He's always pissed at me, man. I would love to construct a flagship, but I don't know how to make specialized tools. Maybe they'll tell me. A group of angry citizens gather across Atlantis, fear turning quickly into rage. One of their leaders leaps the Capitol fence and roars for all to hear, "Down with tyranny! Bread and games, offer a concession, force them back to work." What is this? What? Bread and games, right mouse, lowers hubris, makes people happy, removes food. We have so much food. I think it's totally fine to use food to make people happy. Yeah, I honestly don't know where we get the tools from. Produce enough bread to feed the people. That's what we're currently working on. Yeah, maybe they'll tell me how to do specialized tools once we've set up all of our production lines. 10 more bread to go. The happiness is going up. Very good. I have 100 of you? Do I have too many ships? Maybe that's the problem. Can I get rid of one of you guys? How do I get rid of ships? Is that not a possibility? Have I screwed this up? No, I could build more ships if I wanted to. Oh, it's because I don't have enough gold. Duh. I've had tools this whole time. I have had not enough money. Understood. Well, we'll just let's kick up the speed then, and just generate enough gold. In the meantime, you guys should continue harvesting resources from the surrounding stuff. Go ahead and get the fish. Get this sea stone. All right. Good work. Up to 15? Getting there. Aha! Ooh, I almost clicked on the wrong one. Yes, build me the flagship. There goes all my money. Yeah, I would love to know how to get my hubris level down. But maybe they'll teach us that at another date. You guys still building this flagship? 98, 99? Haha! The ship is ready. It's time to prepare for the journey. For such a long voyage, we must gather ample supplies for our crew. May I speak? A voyage this long isn't won with crates of grain alone. Give the men proper clothes and give them beer. Otherwise the sea will do what it always does. Scurvy will spread, spirits will sink, and we'll be steering a miserable half-sick crew wrapped in rags. Yes, scurvy protection. Fine. Dora exhales. The temples once brewed Atlantis' finest beer, and we know where the blueprints were kept. Beware, the large-scale production will require far more workers. Okay. Produce bread and stockpile money. Establish a fruit supply for drink production. So we have to construct banana farms and fruit distillery and then a cotton farm. Why don't we start like another district that's like farming maybe? So let's go bridge, a cotton farm. And then where's the fruit farm? Oh, here. Under service? Do I have to find the blueprint? Probably. Aha! Valuable materials for rebuilding the city. So let's when we have some free ships, let's send them to scavenge. Right here, yeah. Come to the ruins. Are you a ruins? No. You are, though. So hopefully you've found pottery. That's not it at all. Found luxury ceramics. Well, it's interesting. I thought you guys said there were blueprints somewhere. Yeah, ruins scavenging there. Now we want to construct a textile mill. Okay, I knew there would be a process here. Tailor's workshop. Oh, there's the fruit distillery. So textile mill. Where's the fruit farm? Banana farm, duh. I just missed it. Okay. Construct a banana farms. How many do we need? It makes 50. And then the fruit distillery takes in 100 and grain. So let's make 2 banana farms and a fruit distillery. A textile guy. Bow to Poseidon. Ah, sure, why not? Just for a little bit. I don't want to piss him off too much. Like, if he drowns the city before we get anywhere, then we've not achieved anything. Now, I was looking for the textile mill. So you take 50 thread, that's good to know. Where's the textile mill again? You take 100. So we should make another cotton farm, and then we should make the tailor's workshop after that. I wish this was a little better organized, because they're just kind of random as far as I can tell. I wonder if like connecting the arcs, would that make it, movement of materials more efficient, or because we have everything connected to the hub, is that efficient enough? Or just as efficient? I don't know. We only have 8 unemployed people, so we're doing pretty good from a workforce perspective. Although, with these new buildings being constructed, I guarantee you we need more people now. Let's go 2 more residences here. Our hubris is gonna go through the roof. Yeah, I knew as soon as these buildings got finished being constructed, we would need more people, so. So we've got the tailor's workshop up and running. We've got the fruit and distillery up and running. If it's a distillery, wouldn't that make it like rum instead of beer? It should be a brewery. Quibbling over nomenclature. Ben. Name a more iconic duo than me and that. So input 100 per hour, output 50 per hour, produces 50. Angered the gods, oh my god. Uh-oh. Yep. That's okay. Arrival from a distant empire. Before the catastrophe, our merchants were on a trade mission to the Horn of Africa, and now they return to a shattered Atlantis with guests on board. In distant ports, they met traders from a far eastern civilization, and they were so impressed by their technological advancements that they invited them here. I assume they're from China. What does this do? It makes our hubris level increase, our worker efficiency goes up, and it will remove some food. I will welcome them. Our hubris is going through the roof. Hunger for every scrap of Athenian knowledge. Okay. Population growth is reduced. We might need to turn on our beacon for a little bit. Soften the god's anger. Woo! Oh, maybe the beacon reduces hubris level. Ah, I think that is it. Yeah, that must be it. Good to know. Yep, we've returned things to calm. All right, so we dropped the hubris level back to its... I see. How many of you were like, turn your beacon on? It's the one thing that can save you from your hubris problem. I hear ya. Well, we fixed our problem at least, so that's something. I would love... Maybe you can only trade for sulfur, because sulfur is like a mined material out of the ground. So... We're producing our clothes, we're producing our drink. We're halfway to the money requirement we need. Things are looking up for the old City of Atlantis now that I learned to turn my beacon on. Still looking for the buildings that may contain sulfur in the old basements for future hubris problems. Maybe it told me that when we first turned on the thing. It's like, that's how you get rid of your hubris. Well, I have one note, which is if you ever just demolish a thing, the thing won't go away. So, and you can't rebuild it. So that's my note to the devs, is this seems to not be functioning appropriately. But it's like the day the demo came out, I can't hold it against them. Everything else seems to be working pretty well. The Western Ruins, eh? Do you guys see the Western Ruins? Is that this one? Must be. Selected ruins and uncover traces of lost knowledge. All right, things are going well. We got some more ceramics. Do you see it? We must present this artifact to our guests without delay. Yes, this is exactly what my lord has been searching for. You have done well, rulers of Atlantis. Yes, this is the one. I will take it to your envoy at once. In that case, my work here is done, and I will return to my homeland. Know this, our dynasty will not forget this act of goodwill. Sooner or later, we will repay you. I would love that. Oh, we received tea, sugar, and pearls. Awesome. Have a pleasant journey back to China, I assume. I don't honestly know what time period this is, but in the day and age, I imagine the empires of China were the dynasties of China were the only ones like technologically advanced in East Asia at the time. Because if this is like around like the start of time BC or AD, I suppose, like Japan still was like they didn't even have like a shogunate yet or like an emperor, I don't think. Our fleet is ready at last. We can sail beyond the ruins and reconnect with our former trading partners across the sea. And so, oh, we finished the demo! We're so fast! And so our journey continues beyond the horizon. This is where the demo comes to an end. If you'd like to share your feedback, we would greatly appreciate it. Honestly, great demo. I had a great time with it. I'm loving how the game works. Just a few things could use refinement, I think. But overall, fantastic first look at the game. It was a lot of fun, and I'm having a great time with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Look At. If you did, please click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more stuff like City of Atlantis or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everyone, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.